Theodore Roosevelt and the value of chutzpah.
Yeah, no, chutzpah is what it is. Teddy Roosevelt, I don't know if he's ever been called having chutzpah, but in my family, that's what we call it. And Teddy Roosevelt, is a controversial figure, right? Some people say, oh, what I love about him is he's the first guy who wins awards. He wins a Nobel Peace Prize, but he also wins for fighting, right? He wants a win for peace. He wants a win for war. And that's chutzpah. What is also chutzpah, and this is what is not, to me, is not arguable about Teddy Roosevelt, is he's the first environmentalist president. He really is.
You have to tell us about Pelican Island.
Yeah, so Pelican Island here in Florida. Pelican Island, he's here in Florida, and he looks around and sees these birds, and he says, what's it going to take? What's the rule? Is anything stopping me from protecting? He sees all these people are shooting these birds, killing these birds for no reason. They're just, knocking them out of the sky. And he likes this area in Pelican Island. He says, what's preventing me from saying that this should be a wildlife reserve? And one of his aides says, nothing, sir, you're the president. He says, fine, I make it so, right? And I love that. He just declares it right there and founds Pelican Island. Also, the Grand Canyon, all these incredible places, these national parks, acres and acres of national parks, which to me is one of the great legacies that America has. In other countries, we take these vast lands and they belong to the queen. We build castles. In America, we took so many of these places and we declared them for the public and
Thank
made
goodness.
These national parks, right? I mean,
Right.
if you go to Yosemite, if you go to Yellowstone, they are one of the great things that America gets right. It's one of the great American creations is the national park system. And Teddy Roosevelt got so much land and claimed so much land for his own just by having really the chutzpah to say,
That's
I
right.
make it so.
This excerpt is brought to you by the Massachusetts School of Law, the leader of reform in legal education and a leader in multimedia education for the public. To view the full interview and for a full listing of MSL's programs, log on to mslaw.edu.